This is Uthred Ronaldson, and this is vlog number 21, Conflict of Nations World War III, day 27, and I'm playing as Afghanistan. My friends, I am recording this outside, so apologies if you are hearing some, motorcycle or vehicles in the background. But I just want to breathe some fresh air. That's why I'm here outside. So I'm gonna walk you through the events that have happened last 24 hours for day 26, and then we will proceed on discussing for future strategies for day 27 onwards. There are new players, or there are new nations that are springing up, and that has a potential to become our rivals. We'll go through that later. Alright, but for the meantime, let me show you how the map looks like in the Middle East. After conquering Turkey. So here is Turkey, and this is my ongoing campaign with Turkey. My friends, I was able to pacify Latakia, Homs, Al-Raqqa, and mainly 4 cities was pacified for day 27, and I am now pushing my forces up to Ankara to reinforce them, same as Samson. So I'll have 2 forces. I'll have 2 separate forces that will be pushing through Turkey. So, by the way, just to give you a history or a background of what happened yesterday. So, Turkey have sent several tanks or armored vehicles as well as infantries to recover some of his territories. But of course, we were able to overpower him with the help of our Air Force as well as our numerous and high-level infantry. Now, let's check the news for day 26. Day 26. Here we go. Here is day 26. The rogue state have lots of, roles and lots of accomplishments against the United States. Now, I'm gonna show you the map of the U.S. just to give you, for you to see what happened. Because yesterday I was talking about the U.S. being vulnerable from uprisings and insurgencies. And this is how the U.S. map looks like. So there are dots of cities that was occupied by the insurgents here, especially in South America. We also have some cities captured. We also have some cities captured in North America. We have Montreal, Quebec, and Vancouver being captured by the rebels. We also have Acapulco and Merida, as well as Managua, who all rebelled in the northern and the central part of the Americas. So because of this, the US economy went down. I'm gonna show you that later for the news on day 27. But yeah, rogue state have captured lots of US territories here, and that gives us definitely a great advantage, not just economically, but in terms of our position and this is looking good for us, to be honest. And if the US will be able to recover here, it will take days or weeks probably for him to be able to pacify all his countries. If I were the United States, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall all my forces here back to my mainland. I'm gonna leave all of that to the rebels, and I'm gonna rebuild. I will boost up my city morale before I will go head out again. But that is something that will be difficult to achieve, mainly because the United States is at war with a lot of countries. It's at war with Peru, Venezuela, Chile, Dominican Republic, Afghanistan, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, United Kingdom, Poland, Italy, France, and Japan. So he is at war with 13 nations. So for him to increase his morale, he needs to lessen his war, and that is the reason why it is important that you start a new war right after you end a war. So you should not do multiple wars at the same time, because that will be bad for your morale. Okay, and I think that's what Cameroon knows that already. Anyway, we'll go to Cameroon later. We'll discuss Cameroon and what is Cameroon's potential in this game. Okay, so there. Let's go back to the news for day 26. So, okay, most of the cities that they have conquered have rebelled. Let's check Plymouth. Plymouth was insurgents have sprang up in Plymouth, but it was put down because there's a garrison there, as well as in Manchester. So that right? So your cities are rising up, and you need to put garrisons in those cities for them not to go to the hands of the rebel. But you cannot remove them, because if you move them out, they will rebel again. And um, it is impossible now for the US to improve the morale of his conquered cities because of his wars, because of the number of wars that he has. So it's difficult. He is in a terrible position right now. His only option is to go back to his mainland and rebuild, or else he will have to send garrison on all of his cities, aside from the battles an active war that he has ongoing right now with the NATO countries. So he is in a very terrible position right now, and we will take advantage of that. Um, to be honest, I cannot say that time is in our side. It's disputable, because if time is in our side, then I can just stay here and let time run its course, and the US will fall. But the thing is, the US can still recover here. So the time is in my side, but I have to utilize that time properly, so I can inflict uh, unrecoverable damage to the United States, because that's what I need. Because once the United States has been taken out, we will still have to deal with Australia right here, as well as Cameroon right here in Africa. So we still have two nations that we will be fighting with, or we will be fighting against in the coming days. And that's the reason why we have to take out the United States as early as possible, so we can move on to our next campaign. Okay, let's go back to the news again. Okay, Myanmar and Australia is at war right now, so that this solves my issue with Myanmar being um, how shall I say it, a traitor. Because that was my worry, that Myanmar will change sides and will let France and US and Australia to march through his land in order to get to me. So I think that's not going to happen now because he is at war with Australia. Now, take a look at this. Jakarta was severely damaged by, let's check this out. Jakarta was severely damaged by the 54th Conventional Ballistic Missile. Singapore was severely damaged by the 42nd Chemical Cruise Missile, and Jakarta was severely damaged by. So he bombed Jakarta twice, right, with 54th Conventional Ballistic Missile. And then Bangkok was destroyed by the 23rd Naval Fighter Wing. Okay. Infantry, okay. Has been destroyed by the 46th Battalion. Okay. So basically here, you will see that Myanmar is losing and has more casualties than Australia. Myanmar has 23,693 casualties, while Australia has 5,419 casualties. So Australia is definitely winning this war, but that the purpose of that war is for me to have more time to deal with the United States before I go to Australia. Okay, so I think Myanmar will be able to hold here. Let's check Myanmar's status. Um, the front, the war against, the war against. Oh, so he captured Rangoon. Okay, the war against Australia and Myanmar is happening in Indochina, somewhere in that area, as well as in here in the former Indonesian territories. Um, Singapore, there. Jakarta was bombed. So, yep, the Sumatran island. And also, Australia have captured Yangon. And he is definitely on his way now to capture Myanmar cities and provinces here. So I think if Australia will be able to sustain this, it will take him at least a week. Not at least, let's say 3 days, but yeah, a week will be fine because if you will just, you know, run through his territories and not pacify those cities, they will just rebel and it will just, be uh, another difficulty for Australia. That's not gonna be for his advantage. So if he will capture Myanmar, he has to make sure that all those cities will be pacified, or else he will be dealing with insurgencies, and yep, that will be for our advantage. Okay, so that's what's happening there. We also have United States and Japan still at war. The 8th Infantry Battalion, Japan, has been destroyed by the 52nd Carrier Strike Group. Okay, so Japan here has a huge problem. He is being invaded, his homeland is being invaded, and we can't do anything about it. Okay, let me check this. Oh, okay. 28 Task Force engaged in combat with Djibouti. Okay, it's in Djibouti. Okay. Don't mind them for now. Don't mind them. That's fine. Okay, so default. Okay. So Japan is in huge trouble, is in big trouble right now against the United States. We won't be able to help him, and the U.S. have sent a huge army to conquer Japan. So here it is, and it has an anti-air, a mobile anti-air. So I cannot definitely defend him. So I suggested that he moved all his troops to the mainland, capture all the cities in the mainland, and then rebuild, consolidate his forces there, and then rebuild his forces in the mainland. At the same time, capturing capturing cities so that he can annex them and rebuild. It's gonna be a long process. It's gonna be a you know a a it's gonna be a painful process because you will definitely go inactive for some time. I think within a day or two, because you will have to um, consolidate your resources, and you cannot stay active because you have to lick your wounds. So you have to gather your resources so you can capture cities and then annex them and start remobilizing. So that's the best course for Japan as of this moment. um, if Japan lives, then the US will have difficulty against all of us, right? And also, he can wage a guerrilla war from the mainland. So once we were able to capture, once I still don't have a concrete plan on how I will capture the United States homeland here, but of course, I'm gonna monitor. Probably, I'm gonna ask France to capture the U.S. while I provide him naval support, because that's what I can do right now to send naval or to send my navy here, so that France will be able to land his forces. I can probably send a small contingent expeditionary force also, um, but that's still um, far away in the future, probably 2 days from now. We're still gonna have to monitor the situation, and we will still have to complete our conquest of Turkey. Turkey is difficult to conquer, mainly because of its mountainous terrain, uh, and we will still have to cross this strait here to capture Istanbul, and then march all the way here to capture all Turkish territories. So this is a huge one, and this might take, I don't know, maybe a week. Yeah, it's still probably going to take a week. As you have seen, I am a slow-paced player, and I want to make sure that all my actions, all my movements, has its purpose, and it falls within my strategy. And of course, I'm always being careful because I don't want my army to be wiped out for nothing, right? I want to make sure that they inflict as much damage as possible if I'm gonna lose them. Okay, so there. Let's go back. So Japan casualties. Okay, I want to show you this, by the way. So I was able to get to Rivadavia yesterday, and then I started conquering the neighboring provinces. And then I also have another one here who will be able to land successfully in Punta Arenas. Once I got this, I will conquer lands here. So basically, my purpose here is to just mess up with the United States and take as much territories as I can, and help the insurgents to get more territories, because this will put the United States in a terrible position. Will be able to knock him out from the top spot, and of course his economy will definitely you know will definitely go down. So look at this. Look at all those dots in there, the black dots. So those are all insurgencies within the US territories. Okay? And our friend UK, who is currently being kicked from our coalition, have done a great job of capturing New Orleans and Jackson, its neighboring province, and now he is landing in Reynosa, and hopefully he will be able to capture this province or this city here before he gets knocked out or he gets eliminated. Um, so sorry about UK, but let me show you this. UK is being kicked right now. We had several communications last night, mostly from me. Okay, so here, nice fight, UK. So I said this because I'm gonna ask them to remove the UK. By the way, I sent a message to France asking him to remove the UK so we can add Myanmar. And then I commended the UK for fighting and for doing his good, but basically his best is not enough. So we'll have to remove him from the coalition because he no longer have his home cities, and he only has 2 units left. So I believe he won't be able to do anything with all his remaining cities because those are not annexed. Not unless he recovers, then he can rejoin. But for now, he will be kicked and will be replaced by Myanmar, who is still active. So guys, we just need to hold out against the US. His cities are all rebelling. Soon his homeland cities will rebel too, maybe 2 more days. Please help me by building your navy. I can send troops at the US. Should I? He has corvettes protecting his cities. Best thing to do right now is to build navy. Conserve your forces and keep them in your core for the meantime. Also, Cameroon is a veteran. Check his profile. Okay. Soon he will attack you. You will have to build a strong navy. Okay, I'll build a huge army. Then I said, it will take a few days, maybe weeks before Cameroon captures all your African territory. Use that time to build your navy and make sure you are protected from any US attack in your homeland. He said, okay. Yes, build your army up. I will let you know when to attack. Okay. The US will get weak in a few more days, but we still have Australia and Cameroon to deal with. Cameroon is a huge enemy. Maybe he will join us. Japan, you can take all Russian lands from UK. Nope, he won't join. This kind of players want some fun. Ah, okay. Japan, I suggest that you leave your core. For now, you won't be able to defend it. You will just lose all your units. Evacuate all your forces and bring them to the mainland. Then conserve all your resources until you can annex some mainland cities. Then slowly build up. We will reconquer your lands once the US falls. For now, just do your best to save your troops. And France, you can conquer all UK territories in mainland Europe as well as Austria. I must wait, UK must leave. I'll sabotage his cities if I can, says Poland. Help please. Then I said, Japan, check my messages, read up. We can't do anything about it. Just move your troops to the mainland and slowly build up. Okay, we will reconquer. There. So those are the communications we had yesterday. Basically, it's me taking the lead already. That's usually how it happens because, people wants to. Sometimes people wants to be led. Most of the time, especially if they know that the one who's leading them knows what he's doing. So this is something that I don't intentionally want to do. It's just that it falls under me. It falls to me that I have to lead. I have to lead them in order for us to be victorious. And the good thing about my allies is that they listen. They heed the advice. My advice. I don't consider myself as their leader. I just want to help, and I just want to win. Okay. And the good thing about them is that they listen and they heed my advice, and they do. If they think that it will it will be good for them, then they follow. If they won't, then that's fine. It's up to them. you know it's really up to them. Okay, let's check the news again. There's a lot of news that happened. Okay, casualties for Myanmar, that's a lot. Casualties for Australia, he lost just a few, just one strike fighter and a main battle tank, armored vehicle. So yeah, he lost quite a bit. Poland, Austria at war, DR Congo, and Cameroon. So Cameroon only has 12,000 casualties, while Congo has 30,000. So Cameroon will definitely will definitely become a player at the later game. So there, Dominican Republic and the U.S. again at war. The U.S. needs to build as much army as possible so he can garrison all those countries that he will be conquering, or else he will just leave them to the insurgents. Yeah. UK and US, okay. New Zealand and Australia still at war. That war still not over. Afghanistan and Turkey. Okay, so here it is. So terrible loss of life in Myanmar. They globally condemned for the use of weapons of mass destruction. In a shocking effort to stem the tides of war, Australia today used chemical weapons against Myanmar, indiscriminately killing innocent civilians and causing toxic contamination. Where will this horrific incident lead us? Is there a nation willing to stand up and end this bloodshed if need be, by force? Yes, definitely. Time will come. Australia's time will come. We just have to deal with the United States first. Greece declares war on Iraq. Okay, very good. Finish Iraq. Here's the U.S. Casualties. Australia and Australia declared or did not declare war and just attack. Oh, DEG's units have crossed border and are now engaged. Okay, so it was DEG again. So remember there was a 4th fighter squadron that was stationed in Panay. So when Australia attacked it, he did not declare war. He just attacked it, and yeah, sorry about that. You should not have placed your plane there because Australia is an enemy. US and Afghanistan. The 83rd Stealth Bomber Squadron has been destroyed by the 36th Anti-Air Battalion. That's in Reykjavik. Okay, where is that? Here? How did that happen? Were you able to let me see. I want to see what happened right there. Okay. The 83rd Stealth Bomber Anti-Air 36 Anti-Air Battalion. All my anti-airs are in my corps. So how is it possible that his stealth bomber can travel from Reykjavik to Herat? 36. This is the 36th. So yep, he did. Unless I'm wrong. Anyway, overall, the United States have lost 39,579 while I lost 10,546 casualties. Here is my casualties. I lost 1 motorized infantry, and 2 National Guards against Turkey. There, conventional cruise missile attack on rogue state. So there, Australia is enjoying his missiles. Hopefully, he just keeps on enjoying them and don't do anything yet until I get to you, until I attack you. So I guess that's all. That's all the important events and news that happened yesterday. Um, and yes, the UK is gone. Okay. By the way, Japan attempted to capture Anchorage, but there's a corvette protecting Anchorage, so he won't be able to get past through that because even if he send 100 ground troops in the sea and there's just one corvette protecting the sea, he won't be able to pass through. All right, so he needs to pull them back and get them back to the mainland, and wait until the time comes. Just like France in World War II, the French government moved to the United Kingdom and they fought They governed in exile, and they continuously fought until the end of the war. They were part of the D-Day operation. Just a small force, but at least they were able to contribute a little and was able to recapture France. Okay, let's go back to the scoreboard. And here, the US only has 61 cities left and 841 points, followed by Afghanistan with 65 cities and 731 points. Rogue State has the highest cities conquered with 91 cities and 611 points. Okay, and then Cameroon is at fourth place with 34 cities with 456 points. Let's check espionage. Okay, so as you can see, I lost one, but there. So I'm not sure who sent this, but one of my allies have sent intelligence agent in Washington D.C. to check the political relations. Actually did not. We actually don't need this, okay, because we are aware that he is at war with everyone. Halifax was damaged, Los Angeles, Washington D.C., New York received 10 damage, as well as Washington D.C. San Francisco, we lost contact to one of our spy after he executed his mission, so we lost one spy. We also caught one spy from Semper Fuz after he executed his mission in Hyderabad, and he also attacked, or he also placed a sabotage mission in Kabul, which destroyed my level 5 arms industry. Okay, so there. And then let's check the news for day 27. Okay, ongoing war. May Sun Hong, the 40th Infantry Battalion has been destroyed by the 15th Tank Division. Very good. Very good. Myanmar, keep on fighting. Just keep fighting and delay Australia as long as you can. Okay, I'm not gonna say that, I don't want them to depend too much on me. Australia lost one motorized unit. Okay, and Myanmar have lost, just right after the day 27 started, he lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He already lost 5 units, 4 ground troops, and 1 corvette. Okay, that corvette is important. Okay, Poland and Austria at war, Serbia and Poland at war. Okay, there you go. Widespread dissent in United States as well as in Australia. And let's talk about economies. So first is Afghanistan with 45,590 tons of production, followed by United States with 43,658. So look and check and see how US economy dropped big time from being the first with 50,000 tons down to the second with 43,000 tons of production. So he lost roughly around 7,000 tons of production in 3 days. And I gained a lot, basically 6,000, I guess. But Cameroon is slowly catching up with 32,772, and Poland is the next one with 31,283. Australia 28,000, and Myanmar 21,000, France 19,000, Spain 18,000. Of course, the United Kingdom is at 9,000. So goodbye UK. Turkey is at 7,000. Okay, so I think Spain still has a fight. I'm not sure what happened to Spain and Brazil and Italy. They are still complete, and also Kazakhstan, but I'm not sure what their plans are and what's gonna happen to them. Let's just check and see. There. Yeah, there. Kabul arms industry destroyed. There, okay. Okay, now let's talk about strategies and tactics. What should we do? Okay, um, Turkish campaign will be over in a few days, if not 1 week. So what's gonna be our next strategy? What's gonna be our next step? Um, Within a few hours, UK will be kicked and Myanmar can join the coalition. So I'll message him. Send your request to join NATO. Send your request to join NATO. Okay. I will send some troops to help you against Australia. There. So once Myanmar joins NATO, I'll be able to send all these troops, all my troops from India up to here, and I will help him against Australia. I guess now is the time to fight Australia. What I'm worried about is Australia sending his navy here and attacking me, because to be honest, I'm not ready, and I'm not confident of facing him with just 6 ships right here in Hyderabad. I decided to send one of my task force here, which is the my strongest navy, which is the 28 task force. It's composed of 4 destroyers, 4 level 4 destroyers, and 1 level 3 frigate. And the reason why I'm sending them here is because a carrier group just decided to attack my captured city here of Hurghada. So I decided to chase him out. But before I do that, I try to determine first if my task force here will be able to carry on with the attack. But I think they will be able, I think they are capable. I think he can. But if in case he can't, then I'm gonna send him back. That's basically just how I'm gonna do it. But I need to send a task force here because this one is open for for a naval attack from the US, and I cannot afford the US landing some troops and forces here because I'm not prepared for that. Okay, I have no troops here, and they are all fighting in Turkey. So this is open for an attack. So I have to protect it with my task force and just hope and pray that Australia won't rush his navy here for now. I'm not gonna build anything yet because I will have to annex Mosul. Okay, let's check this. Basra, okay. I'm building one frigate here and it will be built in 18 hours. Okay, so 18, that's gonna bring my ship count to 7, and then I have one corvette being manufactured here, so that will make my navy 8 ships here protecting the Indus River. Okay, so 8 ships will be good for defense. I believe so, but I'm not yet done building up my navy, because my ultimate goal, aside from building my naval defense here, I will send one task force, at least one. If I can't do 2, then I will send one, and I will remove all the corvettes that's protecting New York as well as the Washington D.C. I'll probably fire one volley as well to those cities, and then we'll back off, and then we'll ask France to send his forces to capture these cities. So yes, um, that's the plan for the United States. I will let France capture or take those U.S. cities with his ground troops, and then I'll probably follow with my ground troops to capture territories that will rebel, because that's what's gonna happen. So it's going to be a wave after wave of troops that will invade the United States. Okay, and I think that will be possible because the US will have to definitely pull out. If he won't, then that's good. If he won't pull out, then that's good. It will be easier for us to conquer his homeland cities. But if he will pull out, then we will just have to lock him inside his homeland cities and harass him. We will destroy his naval yards in all of his cities so that he won't be able to rebuild his navy. That's what we're gonna do. I will also have to build. Um, I will also have to send a task force here in the Pacific because I need to take out all his naval yards in this area. So it's still gonna take us a while. It's day 27, so it's probably gonna take 2 weeks, 2 more weeks for that to happen. But there's a lot of things that can happen in 2 weeks. Okay, Cameroon. Over here, if you will check Cameroon's profile, Cameroon Taneti is an experienced player, and he was a member, or he was a member since August 21st, 2018, and he already had 40 games under his belt with 19 wins and one solo victory. Okay, that's his stats, and of course, his skill death ratio is at 1.67. Not bad. It's a good stat. Okay, but yep, he's steadily conquering French territories. And let me check Khartoum. Okay, so it's at level 29%. It's at 29% morale. Yeah, I'm okay. Should I build cruisers? Should I build? There's a lot of things I need to build here. I'll build that later. If I will build a cruiser, let me check here. It has anti-air. It has 3 attack on land and infantry, and 2 for armored, 2 for fixed wing, and 3 for rotary, 1 for missile. But it is stronger against enemy surface vessels, but vulnerable against submarines. So I think I'm gonna pass, and I will just focus on my destroyers and my frigates. They have shorter HPs, but if I can build as many as I can, then I will be able to overwhelm him. Cruisers provide strong HP for your ships, but if I can just focus my upgrade here, then I won't have to bother about getting strong HP from the cruiser. Okay, so let's continue to build our. I think I'll have to build my destroyer, and then I'll wait for the Victor class to be ready, and then I'll manufacture them. How can I manufacture um, how can I manufacture submarines, and how much is this? So I'm gonna need research, just a research. So I'll have my subs, and I will use my subs uh to hunt enemy ships, especially here in the Pacific, because these waters are still infested by US ships. They still have dominance in this area, and I don't have control in here. Okay, let's go back to Cameroon. Okay, so this is Cameroon's territories, and his swallowing up French territories. I told France is no longer doing any effort of reconquering his African territories. The best thing he can do conquer all um, is to conquer all UK territories within his vicinity. He should not do this because his moving his troops too far away, and recalling them will take a long time. So the best thing for France to do is for his expansion to capture this area here, this UK area here in the lowlands as well as in Germany, capture all these rebel cities, and then complete annihilation of Germany, of course. And then after that, go for Copenhagen, and then finish off Austria. And then if you will be once you have your navy built up, then you can take on Italy. That's what I'm gonna do because if you will expand, it's better that you focus your expansion on your neighbors first, because so that it will be organized, and it will be compact. It will be easier to respond if your territory is compact. Look at this. I have territories here in Africa, but um, I actually don't mind if I lose all these territories here because they're too far. I'm more concerned of my territories here in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, and especially here in my core, because they are intact, and um, supply lines will get to your troops easily. So I really don't care if I lose this, but of course I will try my best to maintain them. But you know, as long as there's no uh, strong resistance there, for example, if Cameroon will contest that, then that's gonna be difficult for me. So as much as possible, I probably can just give Cameroon free hand on all other territories in Africa, and I will ask him to respect my borders, especially here near the Suez Canal. This territory is important to me also because it's important that I control this. I also have plans of capturing Spain for the purpose of closing the Mediterranean from any ships. But yep, that's gonna be a long way. That's gonna be far away from the future as the game progresses. So Congo, I'm not sure when our battle will start, but there. That's basically the update and everything that you need to know in this game. And please continue to support and to watch my videos. Please comment down below if you have any suggestions, if you have any tips on how I can improve my strategy and my gameplay. Also, please feel free to give feedback, to provide me corrections if I made some errors. This is a learning process for me, so I will really appreciate if you can help me out by giving me honest feedback with what I'm doing. Also, please share this with your conflict of nation friends, and don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. So that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 28, and have a good day. Bye bye.